apathy, please welcome to the stage, Luke Heggie! All right. Right, so I've been trying to get some status recently because my peers don't respect me. So I was in the market for a wristwatch, just in case the telephone I leave in my pocket on a permanent basis stops telling the time. I was going to get a watch. Everyone will think I'm great. So I went down to this watch dealership, right? It was beautiful. They had like Rolex and Bulgari and shit. And I walked in, there's this toothy showboating salesman standing there. And he's real pleased with himself. He had a V-neck and white jeans. I thought, it looks like, pride's no longer a sin. I wish I was half as happy as his school bully. And he was heavily muscled too, this guy. And that's where we've arrived now as a society. Men who don't need muscles, they've all got them. I met a real estate agent who's got muscles. When I saw that, I thought it looks like clipboards are much fucking heavier than they used to be. So, but this high fade haircut said to me, have you got an appointment? I said, obviously not, dickhead. I'm not getting a root canal. I'm just buying a watch. Just sell me a watch, you bath plug. Give me one of those ones that's the size of a tin of tuna that my kids will be sharing for dinner for some time as a direct result of this transaction. I said, all right, I can probably slot you in. You're in luck. We just got this new batch in fact. You should get this one. This one's top of the range. This one is waterproof to 26,000 metres. I said, all right, better get that one then, because last time I was standing around on a tectonic plate, this guy came up to me and asked me for the time. I'm sorry, this is embarrassing. My watch exploded a few thousand metres up. So I've found myself getting older and angrier at exactly the same rate that I'm becoming less capable of bashing the people who annoy me. If old people could bash, you'd all be dead. No question. And I don't mind the youth. They're fine. I quite like them. They're as confident as they are lazy youth. They're pretty good. I'll tell you one thing about the youth. They love progress, not actual progress, just their own personal progress. My little bloke came home from school and said, I've just been moved into the excellent class for swimming. I said, well done, it's fantastic. I shook his hand, like we're both businessmen, and told him how proud I was that he'd done that. And he said, yeah, there's only 2 classes. There's excellent, there's very excellent. So that's why now, if you own a business, you don't promote a fresh graduate to CEO on their second day of work, you'll probably be on the news. And by news, I mean an opinion blog written by some half a haircut fucking coward who's never drunk straight from a hose. So I tell you, their entitlement is quite well documented too, and I don't want to bang on about that or anything, but this is what happened to me. I was on a bus, yuck, and it was just me and a bunch of young people on this bus until this 85-plus-year-old woman got on. She had a walking stick, she had a bag of shopping. She looked like one of those pictures there. She could have been pregnant too, I'm not one to judge. And no one even looked up from what they were doing. She had to stand there for the whole trip holding on one of those dangly handle things. I was so disgusted I nearly fell off my seat. So this young bloke started down at my work, right? And naturally, 2 hours after he began, I was down at HR with the door shut for a meeting. And they've said, the new kid has indicated he doesn't really like being bullied. So, well, has he? Maybe he should have thought of that before being born with a large head, small face combination. And this kid, right, he was literally half my age. I use the term literally. Not like the moderns do, just to flesh out a bit of dead air. One thing I do like about him, though, is I don't mind pointing out how weak they are. And this kid, he got a job that required him to drive a car, but he didn't have a licence. Still got the job because incompetence is beautiful now. And so I had to teach him how to drive. I walked outside. He's sitting in the work car out the front. I was teaching this guy how to drive in an automatic for a man. And he said, don't worry about me. I already know the basics. Look at my hands, 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock here. So, bullshit. Get in the back seat, you chicken, and watch this. One hand at 6 o'clock, one arm not even inside the car. Grow up. So this kid, he couldn't really work too hard while he was at work because he needed to save his energy for afterwards when he was at the gym. And I don't know how that works. But I've been to a gymnasium before, right, and they're not my people. But I went down there, I got an open mind, I'm known for it. And I walked in there, and I'll tell you what, a little tip from the top. If you're picking something up, while you're doing that, you've got to scream. That's a two-man lift. So, I can't really tell you what has made them so... They're really big physically, these guys, the youth now. They're quite weak, though. I don't know how it's worked. I'll tell you what hasn't made them weak, and that's dehydration. They fucking love water. They got water with them at all. So it could be a young person here. I bet you got some water dangling from your weak fucking knuckles right now. So, some of my contemporaries can't even get through 5 minutes of stand-up comedy without drinking water. And you people pay money to watch some artisan bard complete one of the basic prerequisites of remaining alive. Some modern soothsayer who can't even do a reverse park. He'll be standing on a stage or maybe be sitting down, depending on how much philosophical content he's got in his show, just telling all of you how life works while taking a few sips out of his fucking bot. So this kid, he came up to me one day and he had really stinky breath too. He smelled like a fart crawled into his mouth and did his shit. It's disgusting. Thought I was going to chuck up. I didn't say anything, obviously, just in case that's a mental illness now. But he walked up to me and he said, "Oh, can we have a little chat?" I thought, that's changed. Little chat. That's something bosses used to say to the workers. Can we have a little chat? And again, word to the wise. I've been sacked heaps throughout the course of my life. And if your boss says to you, "Can we have a little chat?" your answer should be, absolutely not. I've never come out the back end of a little chat employed. But he said that to me. I thought, why would one of my inferiors want to come and speak to me, his master, about anything at all? This must be quite serious. He's obviously been molested or something. But sometimes, though, as a natural leader, you do have to exhibit compassion towards those people who are quite clearly a lot weaker than you. Just like Jesus did with the lepers. So what do you want, fuckhead? And he told me, he said, what he told me, he wanted to take a personal day. So what the fuck is a personal day? Turns out a personal day is just a sad holiday. So, anyway, I feel like I've done the damage. I've got to go. Thanks for having me tonight. See you later.